Hey, what's up? This is ApologyMan, and I'm here with my good friend Lord Knight. We are going to be talking about Gold Lewis now that it's been about a month since he's been released. We're going to talk about how strong he is and what our thoughts about him are right now. So let's get into it.
Hey guys, EE here. I'm really excited to bring on this new product from one of our great sponsors on Beastcoast, Suma Forte. And with me in the chat, I actually have a couple homies who've actually tried this product out already, the Suma Tape, which is really good for their gaming needs.
And they have this transdermal mentholated CBD tape.
I've actually been really looking forward to trying this out. Dude, it does feel good though.
GoldLewis Dickinson, the Secretary of Absolute Defense, despite his defense not being that great. I actually thought, in Dragon Ball, it's kind of easy to pick up characters. So when a new character feels like they're that character, like people pick on it like pretty quick, right? Like GT and like UI and stuff, or like Bardock. Bardock took a little bit longer, like a couple of weeks, but like GT was pretty fast, UI was pretty fast. So the thing about GoldLewis is, people are trying out the DLC, and then pretty quickly, people are like, "Oh, he's the worst." And we've actually heard about this from another big body character, Nagoto Yuki, right? So, and we saw how that turned out. From watching him a lot and like looking at his stuff and kind of seeing like, "Hey, what do I do about this stuff?" I actually think he's crazy underrated. A really, really, really underrated character. I think he's really, really, really strong. With his really high damage output, really scary frame traps, screen control. He has like passive ways of controlling the screen. So like the security meter, he doesn't have to do anything to get it. And it kind of like makes up for his lack of mobility because he's got the drone move Thunderbird that controls a bunch of space and it's more hits as it goes up. He's got the super that forces you to do something, like come at him to stop it from coming at you, because if not, then he gets to set up his thing. So he has a bunch of really, really good stuff, and I feel like they gave him these weaknesses because they kind of knew if they're gonna make a character that's built off guard crouch with a mechanic that doesn't even let you do stuff, that he was not gonna be the easiest character to balance. I don't know how you're feeling though.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think this was is the first DLC character, right? So it's like a pretty good litmus test of like what DLC character strength will be like, I guess, for the rest of Strive. But a lot of people are really low on him at the beginning, and I think the big thing everyone's like really hyper focusing on is his neutral game, and like he doesn't have the craziest dash speed, right? He has a lot of acceleration. It takes a long time for him to like kind of move forward. But man, yeah, like all the things you mentioned, like about his like guard crushes with like Behemoth Typhoon, they're so strong. Like his win condition when he gets near you is absurdly strong. And once people like start really optimizing it and getting better with it, and there's actually a few players doing it right now. If you guys watch Gobo, who used to be a Zato player, very strong Zato player from Japan, he's basically just dropped Zato completely, and he plays GoldLewis fully now, and he is a monster with them. You guys gotta watch him, because I just see him like hit you once, and then it just feels like it's over. Like he'll just Behemoth. It's like plus 12. Like if he has like the proper setup of it and like meaties it with like the late parts of the coffin, it'll be up to plus 12 guard break. That's so much frame advantage, and you can't interact with it because it's the guard break state. Can't YRC, you can't do anything, man. It's like it really sucks.
Great mechanic.
Yeah. So you just do that, and then you just do it again, and like it's scary to like hit a button because he's so plus, and then he just keeps doing it over and over, and then you slowly get your health just chipped away, and he keeps building bar as he does this, and he gets more meter to like PRC it, and then you can like PRC and then like even fuzzy off of it. It's when he gets in, oh my god, it's over. Like it's actually the end of the world for you. It's very similar to Potemkin in ways, and maybe even potentially scarier, like when it comes to like just how he like loops his guard breaking over and over. So yeah, his neutral should kind of be a little bit rough, but I don't even think his neutral is like that bad. Like he has some bad matchups for sure. I think a lot of people talk about Axel. Axel's like miserable for sure, but I don't know. I feel like he has some other tough matchups. Maybe you know a few of them.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, it's kind of hard to say thinking about him, like looking at him. Also shouts to Kid Viper too. KV's out
Yeah,
here, of course,
KV's out
playing
here.
him. Actually, on a neutral side, what's pretty interesting about him is that a lot of his moves are disjointed, like a ton of them. So like his 5K is disjoint beast lows, 2S is a little slow, but also like big disjoint move. Of course, all the behemoths are all disjointed too. So
Yeah.
he's got like a bunch of moves that are like good. The main thing is like he just can't move around that much. But if a character like that with moves like that was able to move around a lot, we'd just be all like crying,
yeah.
essentially about how
Better not be able to move. Damn.
yeah, about how ridiculous he is, and his damage output is really high. I saw you mention Potemkin too. Like the Garuda is like a really crazy situation, right? But it's like the main thing about it is that if you have the answer is basically burst, right? And if you have it, then cool. Like, all right, sick. Like you get one more chance to play. But like in the case that you don't have it, you have to make like a guess. And if you're wrong, you get put in the same situation. But like if you're right, then like it's over. You know what I mean? Like is it like the real reason why it's such a stressful situation with Potemkin is one of the options you can't burst if you're wrong. So Potemkin Buster, you take 50% and you can't burst. Like 45%. I should say 50. I'm a Amelia player, so I feel like everything's like, you know what I mean? So I say like 40-ish%, 40-ish, 45%, and you can't burst that damage. Where like the other one, if you get hit by like close slash or whatever, or like if they do like a uncharged dust or whatever, if like PRC like that type of mix, like you can burst that. Where the thing about Behemoth Typhoon is like in the example you had, like if you don't have a DP, then you're taking like a BNB's worth of damage if you're not willing to use FD to negate the chip. And the FD doesn't do anything but make it so you don't take chip, and he's getting all his meter also, and he becomes stronger with meter again because like not only like you said he gets to set up mix-ups. For people who don't know too, if you do like some conversions do more damage when you do PRC instead of red RC, because the red roaming cancel has like a 0 damage hitbox that's going to affect the scaling of the rest of your combo, where PRC does not. So a lot of these combos with GoldLewis, when you use meter, they all use PRC and not red roaming cancel, so the damage is really high.
You do so much, man.
So like that situation is rough, where it's like, oh, you're just sitting here blocking and you have to take this unless you spend your meter to just not take the chip damage, but he still gets the advantage anyway, which is like, okay. And then if he does try to use one of his highs or lows, then you're gonna take a bunch of damage. It's really a rough situation to be in. If you haven't experienced it and you think we're capping, go try to find not even an amazing GoldLewis, just like a decent GoldLewis to see what we're talking about, because they should have at least like the basic thing in the corner down, and you'll definitely see what we're talking about. I think this character is super underrated. I think he's probably honestly, I think he's like an A+ S- character. Like I think he's kind of crazy. Some of the stuff he has, and they buffed him a little bit in this upcoming patch too. Small, but still type of thing. So they buffed like they buffed his 2K a little bit, they buffed his XP a little bit, and they buffed the minigun a little bit. And I think the one that most people will feel is the minigun more than anything else, because right now when you get shot, it's kind of funny. I feel like he's shooting you with like a pellet gun for 30 hits, where like the damage is there, but like the opponent is just left standing. It's kind of funny. Like I've seen rounds, I've watched rounds of like GoldLewis versus like Soul or Kai, and like Kai does charge stun edge and GoldLewis does the gun. It's 30 hits and the Kai has like 1 HP, and the dude's just standing here and he's surprised and he just like runs at GoldLewis. So like now I don't know, but like maybe he'll knock down or something. I don't know. But long story short, like this character is not easy, by the way, not easy, but definitely underrated. It seems to be a theme in this game actually, of people saying a character is really bad, and then it just turns out it's not that they're bad, it's just that they're not easy, which is funny because this is supposed to be a game for babies.
That's true. Oh man, no, yeah, for sure. I think it's gonna and the character's just gonna be continue to be developed more and more, and I think there's a lot of reasons why maybe at first people weren't like so quick to maybe like develop him, and I think not. He doesn't have like a ton of representation right now, just in the overall player base. And I don't know if it's because maybe it's the half circle inputs are a little intimidating. You know, people play anime games to move around. You know, you can't really move with them like that. So maybe people don't like that, or maybe people don't like how big he is. That I don't know. I don't really know the reason, but I think when people start seeing how strong he is, they're gonna think twice and maybe want to like pick him up, because he's really good, man. And once you just see him in action, just chipping you out with Behemoth, like you'll be like, oh damn, that sounds kind of sick. It sounds kind of fun. But yeah, I think he's super strong too, and yeah, I'm waiting to see what effect he'll have on like the tournament landscape.
Okay, so as usual, let us know if you guys have any questions or comments. Leave them in the comment section below. Like and subscribe if you guys feel like it, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.